لله وكفى وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ولسليمان الريح عاصفة تجري بأمره إلى الأرض التي باركنا فيها وكنا بكل شيء عالمين ومن الشياطين من يغوصون له ويعملون عملا دون ذلك وكنا لهم حافظين صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Last night we had read about Dawood and Sulayman alayhim as-salam. Today the ayah that we recited, وَلِسُلَيْمَانَ الرِّيحَ عَاصِفَةً تَجْرِي بِأَمْرِهِ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that for Sulayman alayhi salam we subjugated, we gave under his control Rih, which is wind, Asifa, violent wind. So Tajri bi Amri, that blew under the command of Sulayman. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given wind under his control, and here the property mentioned of the wind is of the air is that it Asifa, blows fast and violent. But when Sulayman alayhi salam would ride the wind, it will become like a breeze. It will not create any even rustling of leaves, not destroy anything, and move very peacefully. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had given it under his command, so wherever he'd need to go, he would command the wind to take him there, and the wind would carry him from morning to afternoon. It will carry him the distance of how much people would usually travel in 1 month, and then from afternoon to evening another month. So in one day he would travel the distance of 2 months. And Allama ibn Kathir rahmatullahi alayhi has mentioned the details, that he had a throne made of wood, and that throne was huge. 600,000 chairs were placed on that throne, and him, his people, his people of the court, his believing human beings, they will sit in the front. Then the jinnat will sit they will ride it in the back, and then before it would lift off, a cover of birds would be created on top of that throne, so that the sun would not affect this traveling party, and it would also carry all his means of traveling, food, all things that he would need, and also his equipment of war and all of those things will be lifted, and then the air would carry it. And the state of Sulayman alayhi salam was that throughout that journey he would have his head lowered and constantly chanting the purity and greatness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is mentioned in another place in the Quran that Sulayman would say that Allah has given all of this to me to test me. Allah has given all of this to me to test me. Do I give thanks, or do I become arrogant and turn away? So whenever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us anything, the real thing is that we give thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we, even as Sulayman alayhi salam, he would say that this is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So whatever blessings, big or small, we get, they also carry a test with them. Do we become even more thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or do we start to look at our own self and forget about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? وَمِنَ الشَّيَاطِينَ, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, تَجْرِي بِأَمْرِهِ إِلَى الْأَرْضِ الَّتِي بَارَكْنَا فِيهَا. Sulayman alayhi salam was stationed in أَرْضِ الَّتِي بَارَكْنَا فِيهَا, the area of Levant, the present day Syria and Iraq and those areas, and that is the land of Ambiya. Sulayman would also go away from there, and he would come back on his throne carried by the wind to that place. وَكُنَّا بِكُلِّ شَيْءٍ عَالِمِينَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we were the one who knew everything. وَمِنَ الشَّيَاطِينَ, and from the devils. So shayateen is basically used for this creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which are called jinn, and they are again a fine creation of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who really do not have a body. They are made of fire. And those shayateen who accept Islam, those jinn who accept Islam, then the word shaitan is not used for them. Shayateen are those jinns that are they have not accepted Islam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَمِنَ الشَّيَاطِينَ, that those who were believing jinns, they were already submissive to Hazrat Sulayman, but even from the shayateen, even from the treacherous, non-listening jinn kind, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had subjugated them to Hazrat Sulayman. Man yaghusun. From the devils, those who man yaghusun Allah, they would dive in the water for Hazrat Sulayman. So Hazrat Sulayman, they would dive in the water and find precious things for Hazrat Sulayman. Hazrat Sulayman would command them, they would dive in the water and find pearls and jewels for Hazrat Sulayman alayhi salam. وَيَعْمَلُونَ عَمَلًا دُونَ ذَلِكَ, and did jobs other than that. So Hazrat Sulayman alayhi salam used those jinn kind to do things that humans could not do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned in another place in the Quran that He would use them for construction, for example. He would use them to construct things that human beings cannot construct. Maharib, wa tamathil, wa jifan, houses, pillars, pyramids or maharib, which are arches, those things, He would use them to construct. So this is the meaning of وَيَعْمَلُونَ عَمَلًا دُونَ ذَلِكَ. They would do other things for Hazrat Sulayman. وَكُنَّا لَهُمْ حَافِظِينَ. And again Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that we were the one who kept watch over them. It was not in the power of Hazrat Sulayman alayhi salam that he would be able to control them. It was basically us who were controlling them and had given them under the control of Hazrat Sulayman alayhi salam. So the real doer is always Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All miracles, all karamat, all the extraordinary things that happen at the hands of a nabi or a pious person, they are all really controlled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is only shown at the hands of someone else. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم اللهم اجعلنا من أهل القرآن الذين هم أهلك وخاصتك وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.